October 27 marks the end of a year-long wait for fans as Assassin's Creed Origins comes out on all consoles. The story will revolve around a medjay, ancient sheriff if you must, called Beyak, who explores ancient Egypt and all the evils as well as greater good it hides. To do what the title suggests, begin the origin of the Brotherhood. Apart from an exciting new story, it brings new gameplay features never seen in any of the prequel games. I'm Mahanawaz for segment next, and I'm bringing you 20 new gameplay features. No time for the wicked to wait for the screen to load. Now, this makes one hell of a difference. Gone are the times when you had to walk in a glowing white vacuum space to pass time as the screen loaded. What this means is that you're able to enjoy an uninterrupted virtual trip into the past, benefit from it by diving into the ocean to discover its deep secrets, and haul yourself back onto the docks to fight some soldiers without missing a beat. Swim, dive, and sail. Talking of swimming, you can do that and dive a lot better this time around. We're looking at you, Black Flag. In case that isn't exciting for you, when diving deep, you won't be searching for treasures only, but you'll come across shipwrecks, secret tombs to explore, and crocodiles. Wasn't expecting that, eh? Side note, you'll be fighting with them. Aside from that, you'll be sailing small, intricately detailed boats across the massive Nile that's strewn with hippos as well as traffic of soldiers and merchants. So, if assassination doesn't feel like your cup of tea, then start a water taxi business. Mind over animals. While we're on the subject of wrestling crocs, the director of the game, Ashraf Ismail, shared a pretty cool story of how he used the skill of taming animals now available in the game and tamed a crocodile that was slowly but surely coming to his assassin's rescue. So yes, you can tame any and every animal you set your eyes on over the lush islands of ancient Egypt, like hyenas, lions, cheetahs, camels, and elephants, and use them for your defense. Egyptian drone. Now, your eagle isn't just a cool sound effect that's flying above you while in eagle vision, but it's a playable companion called Seno, who helps you get an aerial view of the land to get an idea of it, infiltrate enemy camps, which is also a new addition to the game, mark enemies, and map out your strategy ahead of time. Extremely useful for looting, as Seno can alert you to all types of treasure even if they are tucked away underwater. Quests and levels. As the developers of the game have said, AC Origins is taking a shift from being purely action-adventure to action-adventure style RPG. For the game, this means that it is moving away from its decade-long mission structure to quests, and all these quests have suggested levels on them. So better to choose your levels wisely, because if you let yourself get ahead of you and jump levels, then taking on an enemy in that level will leave you, well, chaotically dead. You need to take into consideration which level is your skill, ability, and weapons on, which segues into our next new mechanism. Tree of Life and Skills. So to choose a high level for a quest, you need to upgrade using a skill tree. Gone are the days of a straight regimented path of AC Syndicate, because Origins provides with a fantastic graphical tree. No casual offhandedness here. So if you're taming animals, holding breath underwater for longer, or setting up traps in bodies with poison, you can up these skills with ability points. Broken down into 3 skills: Hunter, Warrior, and Seer, your choice which skill you want overpowered. Amped combat style. Combat now revolves around the right shoulder and trigger. The shoulder lets you execute your light attack, while your trigger is your heavy strike. Your dodge and parry buttons are on the face buttons, while the left shoulder button lets you lock onto enemies. The run button is also gone, as your character automatically runs when the analog stick is held in any direction. If the control change feels alien and a hard shift, then the final game will have customizable options to choose from control layouts. Queue up for your turn, soldier. Well, that was in the past AC games, where enemies patiently waited for you to finish with slicing up their mates before coming forward. Now they attack from all sides. Calculated, precise, deadly. With archers and 3 new types of soldiers, namely brutes, supers, and predators, you need max strategy. Oh, and those meddling archers, they have the precision of Hawkeye, so better to take them out first. Manageable, since everything is climbable in the new game, but don't forget to lock onto your enemies while attacking, or you'll be left brandishing your sword at the air. Why should archers have all the fun? Sure, you have a bow and arrow this time, hi Link and Lara Croft, but what you can do with it is what makes it awesome. For Origins, we see Beyak is capable of loading up to 5 multiple arrows into his bow before letting them loose to slay a load of foes at once. Then there's mid-air combat. As Zelda fans will know, leaping through the air and letting loose a handful of shots, only for them all to hit enemies at the same time you hit the ground, is a fantastic feeling. Better weapons, and a lot of them. There are more weapons here than you can count, like spears, maces, knives, dual-wielded short swords, and a selection of bows. They're all found in chests or bought from a vendor, and each weapon has its own unique attribute. While these perks are unchangeable, you might find a spear to increase bleed time or a poison-tipped blade. There's also the nice bonus of blacksmith upgrades. If you find a weapon you like early on in the game, then you can pay Drachmas the blacksmith to bring your favorite tool of choice up to level. Just like Destiny 2, you're going to spend a serious amount of time in the gear screen comparing stats. Origin gives a damage per second stat that's going to make you want to open every chest in the game. Arenas and Gladiators. The last time we saw the words Assassin's Creed and multiplayer together was in AC Unity's glitch-heavy group infiltration modes, which was later ditched in Syndicate. In Origins, we're now seeing some sort of ancient Egyptian Colosseum where warriors go head-to-head in gladiator-style battles. Developers say it's a great time to test the waters on multiplayer and how it'll fare for the game. We're waiting patiently to test it out. Not just elephant combat. Yes, we know what you're thinking. Lord of the Rings, Legolas. Time to rejoice, for the trailers showed a speckled elephant with a tiny box on the back and a dangling ribbon that can be used to climb up. So we can ride one into battle. Bring that on. Not only elephants, apparently you can ride camels too. A screenshot showing Beyak and an enemy brandishing their swords at one another while on camelbacks has gotten our hopes up. Seek and ye shall find. Assassin's Creed is getting, like every other game under the sun at this point, a loot system. Not only will you find amazing new weapons, but you'll get points to rev up your abilities and skills. And to refer the game director Ismail, all the stats really matter. Speed, distance, the damage you do, rate of fire, all of these things really impact combat. Born to be wild. So long minimap, you served us well. GTA aging maps are now replaced by proximity barred quest screen. Question marks are scattered across Egypt, and you're going to have to uncover the adventure as you go. It's far more freedom than we've ever had in the Creed, and don't worry, you'll still have to climb towers to unlock viewpoints, which will actually teach Senno to take in the lay of the land. Hood on or off? Time to bury the hatchet and please the masses. A simple setting in the gear menu lets you toggle between looking like a traditional assassin or a little less conspicuous. While covering your head, it would be better to avoid sunstroke in the deadly Egyptian heat. Origins lets you select whether you want to feel like being stealthy or not. This is clearly a response to where fans asked to be able to have Jacob and Evie's hoods up while they were just wandering the streets. What were they thinking? Well, this time it turns out that everything is permitted after all. Time control. No, this isn't Harry Potter or Prince of Persia, so not that kind of time control. While Assassin's Creed has always had a day-night cycle, Origins lets you speed time along at the press of a button once you've unlocked the Dusk and Dawn skill. We are in the Animus after all, and ancient Egypt has a full 24-hour cycle, meaning the world is constantly changing. So it's a great opportunity to sneak up on off-duty guards, follow someone in the wake of the night, or simply explore the beauties of ancient Egypt under the bright sun. God's Edition. If you're looking for a fancy edition at launch, complete with toys and plenty of in-game content, you can pick up Deluxe or Gods Editions, which include exclusive missions. The Gods Edition even includes a 10.2-inch statue of the game's hero Beyak, but you'll have to drop almost $120 for the privilege. Plus, if you want to actually feel like you're in Egypt and you have an Xbox One X, you'll get to play the game in 4K at 60 frames per second. Chain kills. Chain kills is somewhat similar to how multi-kills first appeared in AC Brotherhood, though there they were adamant on enemies being closer together. Since Origins is quite literally taking the stab foe, grab dagger and throw into next foe approach of Far Cry, we'll be able to take out guards that have considerable distance between them, though time will tell on how much it can be upgraded to take out even more people. If there's one downhill, pun intended, to climbing up pyramids in Assassin's Creed, it's how you can do the age-old leap of faith from their tip. Instead, we've now got Beyak surfing from one angle of a pyramid at great speeds whilst the blazing sun shines on in the background. In case you're scratching your head about how to climb a pyramid, then Ubisoft has designed the trusty niches and stones in them that used to denote a climbable object in last games. Ancient times, ancient creatures. Speaking of creatures, streaming the lines of a literal kraken in AC2 and Moby Dick in Black Flag, Origins includes a snake-like creature. Ancient tombs with ancient snakes, classic. The new combat system relies on blocking and stamina, so we've got at least one massive imposing creature to bring down. This confirms the presence of boss battles and semi-mythical guardian creatures hiding underneath the scorching desert sands. What makes the cut and what seems to be better in action while playing, all these will be demystified when the game comes out on October 27. Comment below what you're looking forward to and don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. Until next time.